morning. This is today's live on Equa Television International, and we're glad that you are able to join in this conversation. And I hope that you will drop in your comments, drop your views and your opinions on what we will be talking about today on the set. So today is Friday, and every Friday we talk about social media. So today we are looking at the topic networking in this era, networking. And I have with me on the set Solomon Sambo. Good morning.
Good morning, Jemima.
Joyce Jakada.
Thank God it's Friday.
Exactly, I forgot to say, as Joyce will always say,
I'm so
thank God it's
excited.
Friday.
The joy is not about it just being weekend, but I don't have to deal with some people. Some people, the likes of Hassan and Juma. I don't have to deal with them.
No mission work.
No, mission work continues. But the likes of them, I wouldn't have to. So TJF, let my sanity be intact. So thank you for having me on today's edition of Today's Live.
Mm-hmm.
More than ever before, I remember what the psalmist said. This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. My name is Joyce.
Prudence Burga. Good morning.
Good morning.
What do you have to say?
I was beginning to wonder.
This is the day the Prudence.
Hey,
And she will rejoice for her
Hey,
generation
dear Lord
and the
Jesus.
next to come.
Exactly.
Because I am the way she started, I was wondering whether I was actually needed. Like, it's like me and Solomon, they don't need us on
You
this.
guys
Speak my mind. Speak my mind.
Wow.
Speak my mind.
Okay, so can you both excuse us?
Take a bow.
What?
Take
No.
a bow.
Take a bow.
We just have to sit down and listen to you people. You know.
You have to listen. Be
Yeah,
our
listen
audience.
to
I recall back then in school when we were doing presentation, and then there's a take a bow, then take your seat or give them a round of applause. So more like if they say take a bow, it's like you did not do well. So you already know your scores as you're going. But give her a round of applause. Give him a round of applause, and you go with that excitement. So we might say take a bow. That means you don't even have space to contribute on social media.
Today, huh?
So it's better for you to just stay here. Don't take a bow.
Problem.
All right.
Prudence.
No,
You will say,
Prudence.
don't worry.
Just allow them.
Okay.
We're listening.
It's a Barca versus Gombetin.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
The show have just begun.
Exactly. Are you still taking that bow?
No.
Wow.
This is going to be a marathon.
When they tell you that we are up and above, you will not agree. You
I'm
will
not
allow
even sure
pride.
if it's a marathon. It's going to be like a wrestling match. this
Jemima,
time
what's
around.
our topic?
Networking, my sister.
Networking.
Oh wow! So my brother,
Let's network.
let's network.
Okay, Joyce, so you know, right?
See, you want to network with your brother and your sister, you will not go anywhere. Don't go and look for the right network and cling to. See, but jokes aside, the importance of networking in this dispensation cannot be overemphasized.
Of course.
Somebody told me earlier, more than even formal education. Like, you can go and acquire education and then come out. If you don't have the right network,
Forget
it might amount to nothing.
Of course.
We've seen people that have the knowledge, but the access is not there, so they could not. There are people that it was like the network that paved way for them, and their talents, their skills was seen. So that's why I'm saying the importance of it in this dispensation cannot be overemphasized. Like, it's not something that anybody should even trivialize. Do you know, because of the right network, you can be in Jos and just make a call to somebody in Lagos or even outside of Nigeria, and things will happen for you
course.
or for another person. That's the importance of networking. Like, when you talk about networking, it has to do with getting or connecting with the right persons or individuals. It has to do with professional networking. It entails social relationship, professional relationship. And when you have such relationship, some people will tell you this is even more than as in money. It is wealth. It's another form of wealth
Of
that
course.
money cannot just give you that. Even though for some people they will argue it, like money can give you all of that, but how long will it last? I've seen people that have went to certain places, they just mentioned their names, and people were running up and about trying to do things for them. Why? Because they remembered relationship they had with either their father, their mother, or somebody related to that name. A lady shared how that somebody located her where she was staying, and he came and gifted her money because he asked her. The question was that, this your son name? Are you connected to this person? And she said yes. And that's her brother's wife. So this person traveled all the way, and when he came to Jos, he asked where she was. She told him. He went there. He said, because this was a favor this woman did for me. I tried appreciating her. She refused. Like monetary aspect. She refused. She said no, she just helped him. But because he just saw a name that is attached to that woman's name, he sent friend request. They got chatting, and then, are you related with this? And he gifted that woman. He said this was how this woman was, like, she was this good to me. But in today's life, people trivialize relationship. You meet people, instead of you to take advantage of connecting with them, with social media that even made things very easy now. Like, you can meet people professionally, you can connect with them socially, you can connect with people, but yet people will get access to certain places, and they will live like that without like networking or even trying to find out ways they can network with other persons. You are into certain profession. When there are conferences, where there are events that have to do with your field, you will not go. Every day you are on the bed, you're on your phone, and on your phone, it's not like you're trying to do things that will connect you with other persons that their values or their field like is the same with yours. You are scrolling endlessly. So I think networking is not something we should take for granted. When era of social media, when era of technology advancement, like, there shouldn't be any excuse for not networking. But in all you do, in all your networking, network with the right persons. Is more important.
Yes, I was going to talk about networking with the right channel of people, because there are people that you find them networking, but it's totally the wrong caliber of people. And it lands them to deeper troubles than they thought they would be. So when you are able to know the right channel, and the right channel is what are your own beliefs, what are the things you take, what are your principles, what are those things you're working with, then you find people that also have similar beliefs. So when you see someone else that is not sharing the same thing with you, you automatically know that this person is not supposed to be in my network. So you know where to pull people closer to you, and you know where to push them further away from you. So having the right network helps the connection that you talked about earlier on. I can be here, and I have people that can do things for me elsewhere, and they don't necessarily have to be my subordinates. They can even be people that are in high cadre than me, or the same cadre with me. The most important thing is that shared interests, all of those things that you share together, and they easily do things. They even do it better than when you would have been present there. So having the right network makes networking really easier and smoother for everyone.
I found myself in situations where I mentioned certain names, and people are like, you know this person? Oh wow, okay, so what exactly do you need? Because like, just the attention just comes up to you, and people just want to get things done for you because you know certain people. So when we talk about networking and how underrated it is in our society now, it's like we've come to a point where we think that you can live your life in isolation, but that's highly not true. That's the most untrue thing I've heard in a long while. So a lot of times you don't keep relationships. You think, and I found myself in situations like that sometimes, where I've had friendships with certain group of people, but immediately I leave that place, it's like we have broken. That's the end of it. And it gets to a point where sometimes it comes to your mind and you're like, why did I even stop talking to this person? What was wrong? If I had continued talking to this person, I would have just made a call, and I know that this will be done for me and that will be done for me. But because
some people are shameless, they will still call.
Actually,
They will call.
They will.
That's true. That's true. but we're talking about how important it is to actually build the right network, to have a good network community. it just opens doors for you in places that you cannot even imagine. It goes a long way ahead of you. You find your name being mentioned in places that ordinarily you should not even be there, but because of the network you already have, your name is coming up. And a lot of times when we talk about networking, we just think that it is just about you knowing someone and knowing the other person, but it goes way beyond that. It all boils down to how did you relate with the person in the first place, and how did you behave towards that person. Did your integrity come into play here? Did your person come into play? What exactly is making that person remember you? Things like that. We need to put those into consideration. For one person that I know, when his name is mentioned, a lot of times people just say, that man has integrity. I know that man because everything you give him to do, he does it to the latter. And so if for instance there was a period where his daughter was looking for a job, and someone saw the name and he's like, I want to give this girl the job because I want to work with her. I worked with her father and I enjoyed it, and I believe that he instilled the same thing in her. Network. So that is how important network can be to you. Network could exceed your time on earth. Your network could be your children's network, and it goes further, and your children's network. It's a very long process. It lasts longer than the person himself. It lasts longer than a lot of things. Networks do last very long. So if there's any form of inheritance you want to leave for your kids behind, it is good network.
Good network. I agree with you. And you see, when we talk about social media and then we talk about networking, like we always discuss here on this show, like we tend to take social media, all those handles, for granted, because in most cases you find out we just feel like, okay, it's just a place that people will just go and just hang around, and then because you are at that moment you are entitled to a particular number of gig. When we talk about data, you just feel like the way Joyce said it, put it earlier, just keep scrolling endlessly, and that's just what people do. Some people, they have data, is their phone, they just go there and then they just keep scrolling. The more you scroll, somebody is enjoying, because you are adding to someone's account per second. You understand? So the whole idea is that, people just go there, some without even idea of why they are there. So it's even difficult for them to even define, what really they want, because they are just there to scroll endlessly. I can say that's another purpose. Again, you understand? But it's not well defined, because if you are there, who are you? What is the purpose why you are there? And then that will narrow your search, on that platform to who do you want to relate with. Now, if you talk about networking hasn't started now. So when you talk about this generation, you talk about great people, that today you call their name, years back, that you can say this person is a great person, this person is a wealthy man, this person is a rich man. Just how you put it, you understand? If you look at it, there was network. That's why you find out the network in third generation, since then, Tafa Balewa, the days of Sardauna of Sokoto, name them. If you check the network, because you see somebody from Ariwa, for instance, networking to Southwest, getting allies from there, networking Southeast, you understand, networking Middle Belt. And it's the same thing, the other side. Because people are finding people with interest that they will do things together. That's politics. Even with the politics, business is embedded. And with that, again, they are thinking of the future of their children. That's why you find out there's this kind of connection when it comes to marriage. This person is marrying from this family so that the relationship will continue. Sometimes it's not because they feel, no, they should be in that house, because they know, like in 100 years, that family will not go broke. So no matter what, they know their daughter is safe. Or they know no matter what, because he's marrying to the daughter of so person, they will not leave him to go hungry, no matter how. So you see the network in that angle. But now they have narrowed it to what is happening, what is obtainable now. Then there is no that social media, whatever that we are talking about. But now you look at it, you will believe me if you say go to their social media handle, you will see the kind of people that are there. It will shock you because you will just see these people that I call those generation. They are the ones now that all of them are keeping in social media. Because now it becomes easier for them to connect with whatever family in the north or in the west or whatever is going in which family or the other, or whatever business they feel this family should be engaged on that. So because they have seen the importance of it physically and they have translated, to what they have now, because the world now is what do you call it? Global village, right? You can easily connect. So it is very important for us to connect. If you are on social media, are you for business purpose? If you are for business purpose, who are the kind of people you are connecting with? Because earlier we were talking about networking, and somebody was saying he knows somebody, and then the person is saying, if you have so customer, there's this product that will give you, that you don't need to give us money. And you can't enter that kind of business with even small money as low as 100,000. You understand? To start with. But this person is saying they can give you 200 pieces of that particular product that you will just go and sell and then bring the money. Who would do that? There must be a network and there must be understanding. So are we talking about this kind of network even if you are on social media? Because now we have companies now that want people to advertise based on understanding, to advertise on their own handle, while they give you the product and you do your advert, you do whatever you want to do to advertise the stuff, and they give you give the person, you give them their money, you take your profit, and they don't care how much you really get, like your profit on it. These are things that are happening there, but some people don't even know. Some people are just discovering. Some people know, but they don't care, because as far as they are concerned, the data is just for them to just go there, watch nudity and all stuff that the world is
they're
presenting.
also associating with a particular network now.
But
That's why
That's-
earlier on we're talking about like the
Negative
right
or positive.
network.
Yeah.
It's relative because what you perceive as wrong for them might be right.
Yes.
But I've always talked about purpose.
Mm.
Once you identify purpose, everything falls into place.
Please.
Networking would not even be an issue for you,
Mm.
because now you are identifying people that you align with professionally. You're connecting with people socially.
Sure.
I mean, basically, networking is about connecting with people that you align with, be it socially or professionally. And that is why you see certain people blossom. That is why certain people have control over price in the business world, because they decided to network. That is why today we have associations, MBA, we have different NUJ, like different association. It is born out of network, so that at the end of the day they can be of help to one another. If you are feeling a business model canvas, like a good business model canvas, you will see a space for partnership. Why? Because of the importance of network. It means that there's something, in as much as I can do this, I will need the services of the electricity distribution company. So if I'm into business, you find me putting in that slot of partners, like the electricity distribution companies, depending on the kind of business you do. So that is to tell you how important networking is. No man is an island. You can never say that. Even if you tell yourself you're living in illusion, you're living in lie. I can live my life. I'm a one-man gang. I'm a one-man. Then you don't want to succeed. You don't want to grow beyond where you are or beyond your level. I have seen people blossom in this life because of the right network. And I've seen people being destroyed because they associated with the wrong network. So in as much as we have advancement in technology that has birthed social media, I mean, it calls for deliberate networking. I've seen suggested groups on my timeline that I just overlooked, and I saw some that I clicked on. Why? Because there is something that connects me with that particular group, and I think that's what we should be doing. Like there are certain social media platforms, like LinkedIn. It is a professional platform. When you go there, based on your profession, you meet senior colleagues, you meet people that have specialized in different fields within your area, that you can even seek their services. You are a presenter or a script writer, you find out that there's somebody that is specialized in editing, which means you can seek for the service of that person that is into editing. You find yourself walking in circles. There are 3 men in this town that I know that they work together, and it's born out of network. All of them are into all this consultation, trainings, and all of that. But amongst the 3 of them, one specialized in I think auditing or tax. The other one is into forensic, they have different fields. So when they organize like seminars or training, you see this person taking this session, this person taking, so it's a whole package. Now when this person gets contract, you see is going along with two. It's like an added advantage to even you that got the contract, because you are coming with a complete package. The other person will also get a contract, and then he will see like guest speaker or get something, or he will take a topic from this other person's field, and this person will come and do it. There's a Hausa saying about broom, like that it's broom that is used for that illustration. Like one stick of broom cannot sweep a room, but when you have the bunch, it can sweep a room. And that's the importance of networking. If you understand networking in that aspect, you will not take advantage or trivialize any opportunity to network. Anywhere you find yourself, you are looking for opportunities to actually network with people. That's why you see people attend certain events. Before the end of the day, they are collecting contacts of certain people. Why? Because there's something that I can gain. But more important is, don't look at networking from what you would always get from the other person. Also look at it as you also, what would you be giving in that network? I just give an illustration of 3 men that everybody has this area of specialization, but when they have consultation, when they have training, everybody takes a session. Don't just be about, hey, I did something about you. Oh, I know one of my somebody we went to school together. Let me call. That's why I say some people are shameless. They will call. They will even look for somebody that is stayed and knows anybody's number, and they will just call directly. Sometimes we meet people in our life and we just trivialize those opportunities. Then we remember later in life that and I know this person. Oh. For some people that have conscience, hey, and I've not been calling, I broke up from that relationship. Why? There are certain relationships that you should not take for granted. Just yesterday we were conversing with you, and then somebody that like he's a friend just sent a document, like 2 questions. Can you help me work on this script? Like I need it in an hour time. I was telling Mr. Sulu, who gave this person the code to just give me work and give me 1 hour? Do you understand? But it's based on network. That, so I could, if there are opportunities where he is, there are times that there were opportunities. He called me, Joyce, there are actually there's this opportunity, there's that opportunity. So networking is not just about you getting value, but you too giving value. That's why we always emphasize on association. It's all part of networking. So always consider why you look out for opportunities to network with people. That is why, because of the networking, because you are also in my circle, you are in my circle. When there's an opportunity that I know it will favor, I call on you. It all boils to networking. That's why, as a professional, if you're on LinkedIn, for example, when there are opportunities that has to do with your area, you get a notification, job alert. So companies looking for based on what your own profession is. So if you wish to apply, you can. I get that notification almost on a daily basis based on what I have filled as my qualification. No, there's this opening here, there's that opening here, you may wish to apply. Networking. You too, what are you giving out there? So it should be a two-way thing. Most people lose out from the network that they've created. Why? Because it was all about you getting. The people will get tired and they will leave you.
Greedy and self-centered.
I was picking from what you said. I was just thinking that a lot of times when we talk about networking and how it is a sort of give and take thing, we all just want it to go our way. So you want to network with all the right people, all the best people, but you're not building yourself to get to be able to bring something to the table for that kind of relationship. And because of that, the scale is this way. And it's not balanced anymore. There's nothing you're bringing to the table. There's nothing you can add. There's no value that you're coming up with. So as much as you want to talk about networking, it is very key that you look into yourself and see the value of what you're bringing to the table. What exactly, why do you want to communicate with this person? Why do you want to network with this person? Joyce said earlier that you need to have network, especially if you're for the kind of work you're doing. If you're a professional, you need to have network. It aids your work a lot. But if you are a professional in name only and not in act, then you would have a huge problem there, right there, because people would not want to continue to network with you anymore. Well, you're not as professional as you should be. You're not, for some people, you say you're a professional, but when you get to start networking with certain people, you want to include personal issues that should not even be brought to the table. And automatically it just breaks that relationship for you. It doesn't end up well anymore. So be very purposeful. Be very purposeful. Know exactly what you're looking for and what you can give in that network. Don't go into a network. Don't go making creating networks that would just have nothing or little to do with what your focus should be. So be focused when you want to have networks. Know exactly what you're networking with this person for. If I'm networking with this person because of my professional growth, then I know that this is a professional thing. If I'm networking with this person because I just want to have this person as a social relationship on a social relationship level, then go ahead and be sure that it is a social relationship.
But don't mix both.
Don't, except if
there's
mutual agreement. Except
when
if
I say don't
that.
mix, when it's time for networking, let it be strictly networking. When it's time for social, let it be strictly.
The social can also be.
It's a form of network as well. Social. Recently, I was talking with someone who was telling me about the different person that they met on a flight. Interestingly, they met on a flight, one flight, not even two, and they still communicate right up to now. And it's like they just created a form of friendship over there. But this is what happens. This friendship, if he has any opening, he would call this person and like, I think I want you to. And so that is a social network, but it is also a friendship network. So and a work network as well, because if he sees opportunities like, and he thinks of this person like, this person would be good for this, and so you find things like that.
Personally,
some will even tell you, even if you cannot do it, they will ask you, do you have somebody?
Someone?
So you see,
personally, I've built
banking on your recommendation.
Personally, I've actually built network with certain people, And for me, it grew beyond professional. It started as professional, like networking, but it grows beyond that. There are people that the network, like we just maintained professional network now, and there are others that it is both professional and social. And that is why the person can, like, when there is work, you work, and then when the person is overwhelmed or there are certain issues, you still converse about it, and then it's time to work, you focus and you get serious about it. There are people that call you to make recommendation to do this, and all these are part of networking. So if that opening is there, so that we don't just say, okay, it's a professional network, so don't mention, you know, that your emotional or your social life can affect your professional life. Like if you have issues that are overwhelming, it can impact on your productivity, like professional. And that's why some businesses, you see it going blossoming and all of a sudden it's going down. You may wish to know why. As a business partner, what's actually wrong. And in discussing, you find out, oh, there are some family issues that I had to settle with part of the money that was meant for business. And you see, in doing that or in discussing that, the person can decide to, like, assist you. Or so if you are saying no, the relationship is strictly professional, if that is your agreement, and that's what we're talking about, it should be mutual. It should be mutual. And you see, there are people that always complain about certain people not picking calls, or it still bounce back to value. If you're that person that is only sapping from that person, and then there's nothing you give in terms of value, like sooner or later you see that the circle will disregard you. There are some set of friends that when they meet, they discuss business. And when you come to the circle, you have nothing to add up. They will leave you for some time. But sooner or later, they leave you. What get people attracted to each other? Like, there's something that I want, or there's something I'm interested in, and it also forms your interest. So you see these people connecting. And that's why I say, gone are the days where people connect based on strength. Today, people network too based on negative factors or negative reasons. People's weaknesses can be their point of networking. Oh, I'm a gossip. This person too likes to gossip. I should network with her so that when there's latest updates in her own end, she can give me. When there's another update here, if I want to backbite somebody, she will ad lib. But if I network with you now, when I come to give you gossip, you will be quiet. So that network will not make sense now. So the person want to connect with the person that, like, they align. If there's work and I don't want us to do, I'll say, let's lie about these things, and you say, no problem, that one is done deal. But if I network with the other person that his interest is not as mine, you see that the relationship, it will not go. So, but more important, there are people that network based on Yahoo.
True.
To do Yahoo, to do rituals, for armed robbery purposes, for stealing the network. You stand there like you wear fake uniform of security person. You be at the gate, like they will network even with the house help in the house. They network, and all of them is geared towards stealing from maybe certain individuals. But what we're saying is that should not be the kind of network that you do, because this kind of network will destroy you. Imagine that you that you're wearing the fake security uniform, you're the one that gets caught at the end of the day. These people will not come out to identify with you. They can run away and you will never see them. But if you network with the right person, even in your down days, like the days where you are down, these guys will uplift you. Certain businesses, they will go down within a twinkle of an eye. You see them up again. It's their business partners that are doing this. I have the privilege to do to engage in a particular trade. I have persons that are into the same trade. I tell you, there's no competition but collaboration with these certain individuals. So it gets to a point where when I get overwhelmed with others, I can engage with them. And there are times that these people effortlessly, somebody's getting a contract. You are the one getting the contract, but you're calling me, I have contract for so I can't take it. Like I can't do it at this point because of so reason. So I'm pushing it to you. The person is not even extracting 1 naira from the other. He's pushing it to you. And so it means that it is at my discretion to say, of which is wise enough to say, oh, take this percentage for even entrusting me with this. So you see, collaboration, and that's what we encourage when people are doing business. When you network, what you see is collaboration, not competition. So when you cannot just say, I want to give you order of 100 this to deliver in 2 weeks. I cannot do it though. The most I can do is 8. No, you take it. And when you take it, because you know you have network, you have business partners, you see yourself engaging everybody, and then in 2 weeks time you're all delivering. So look at how your network can grow and blossom just because of the fact that you met on the ground of interest, on the ground of like shared values and all of that. So I just feel we should take advantage of that. Most of the people that I do are my business partners today, we met online. And then they will just recommend, Joyce, I actually got this thing. Can you try this? And then when I'm looking for a particular material, I can contact any of them and say, do you know where I can get this? And they tell you. And people should know that the people you have on your social media platform are your network. They are also, we just think they are just friend requests we accept. These are your network. They are your they are your network. So on what ground are you accepting them? And that is why when people tell you that I don't do TikTok, I don't do this and that because it's nudity, you see, it means that that's the content you keep exposing yourself to. Because social media has this suggestion. It always means once you click once on a particular content, it continues to suggest for you. So when you watch nudity or all of it, it keeps suggesting it to you, and you are saying that I don't even like this platform, because there are people that are on the same platform, what they keep seeing is hair. Like I've clicked on a particular reel, just one, but it keeps showing me reels that are in line with that. Why? Because you watched, so it presumed that that is where your interest, so it's trying to network you with.
It's the algorithm.
So and you see,
business
business related people are people that I see being intentional about networking. Some though, not all. I see them be intentional about networking. You find someone that has been doing business with another person for a long time, and if peradventure something happened, let's say to me, I've been doing business with you for a long time, you know how genuine I can be, we've been partnering, and there's something happened to me, you see them lifting the other up. Probably I can even give you goods on credit, because I know that you would eventually sell and then return it back to me. God forbid, but peradventure you go bankrupt, they lift you up. In as much as you're struggling emotionally, but physically you're doing your best in that business, and you're remitting whatever it is you have collected, and at the end of the day you bounce back. And I feel that is the right kind of networking to do, not one that we've been in business together, and because an opportunity presents itself before me, I want to dupe you, I want to cheat you, I want to just roll over 1,000,000 times over something I didn't get. But when you have the right kind of people and you have worked together over time, you have proven sincerity, trustworthiness, and all of that, you see others lifting you up when unforeseen circumstances present themselves.
You
Very
talk
true.
about money, but it's beyond that.
True.
You see, but I don't know why today, like if you look at the conversation, it's just tilting towards money, business, and stuff, because people are really cashing out in this network thing that we are talking about, while some people are just lavishing in poverty.
It's still network.
It's network.
Do you understand?
It's
true
for me.
Like you have to use lavish, which is a positive thing for negativity.
You see, it is high time that we should open our mind, to positivity. I think we should I say we have overemphasized.
No, it's time to retreat. Honestly, it's time to retreat. You can't
True.
keep staying like cooking the book of lamentation. How long? For the past how many years of your life you have been lamenting? Move to acts now. As in, this thing calls for retreat.
True.
This circle of, why is it that I had this neighbor that had a meeting in his house. When I look at the car park, like it sent a message to me. It was a business meeting they had. I mean, looking at the car park and seeing the caliber of people coming out and him going out with them to accompany them, it actually sent a message. Who are the people you keep in your circle? How related are they to where you want to be and where you are headed? Like how related are they? You can't be saying I want to be a medical doctor, and then you're you are now networking with people that braid hair. Like, of how would they be a push to you? You want to be a medical doctor and you're networking with people that make braid, or you want to learn how to braid, or you want to see yourself as one of the world best hair braider, and then you are networking with a mechanic. Like how will
or a bricklayer?
Do you understand? Number one, the mechanic cannot, or the bricklayer cannot supply attachment to you. He cannot make closure for you. He can't ventilate closure for you. So
He will be asking, "What's that?"
you
You say
understand?
closure.
Closure. So you will not understand. You are not in the spirit. So do you understand?
I'm a
He cannot-
bricklayer.
he can't do it. You want to be a fashion designer, a stylist, and then your best friend is the bricklayer. I mean, what's the connection? So you need to look out for the right person. That's why I said it calls for retreat. Go and
Yes.
sit down.
I
This
agree
one
with-
that for the past how many years I've been lamenting that things are not even moving forward. Who are the people in my circle? Who are the people I'm hearing? How have they been a source of motivation or a push to me? If you network with people that are in the same trade with you, I mean, when you sleep and wake up and see this person blooming, blossoming, you want to
You will
ask
get on your-
question. I mean, this
Get
my
on your
business. I've tried this, that. See, I went to a lady just last week with something that I needed her service, and I will pay for that. So when I got there, and she told me that the money she charged me, at the end of it, she didn't even collect up to 50% of it. And when she finished, she tried and she told me it's not balanced. You know why? She sat me down and lectured me on that thing. I didn't
Wow.
pay her.
Wow.
So she told me that next time you do it this way, you do it this way, you do it that way, and this thing that you're bringing to pay me for, you can actually do it. This is what you need to just do. Just do this, just do this. I was looking at her with amazement. I mean, this is somebody I should have her contact.
Yes.
This is somebody I should also
Keep.
promote her own product.
I was
But you
going to
find people not wanting to help another.
yeah.
Just
But
for you to
Competition,
open your mouth
not
and
collaboration.
say, this is how you should do.
Competition.
They will go and hide and do that thing. Then
I
come and
was-
present
I
it
was
to you
going to
because
say
they don't
this.
even want you to learn it.
Competition.
I was going to say this. This is one thing that good network does for you, and
Good
she
network.
just started saying it makes your strength stronger, and it helps you uplift your weaknesses to get out of it. Joyce has mentioned a number of times while we were just conversing of how she thought she could not do something, but if someone just decided to send her the money and say, "I know you
Honestly.
can do it for me." So this is network telling you, "I believe in you."
They throw positive challenge to
They
you.
throw positive challenge to you. I was in a situation once, so I dabble a little bit with the trade too as well, and someone brought some material for me, and she said, "Do this for me." I said, "I've never done it though. I'm just going to do I don't know for you." And she said, "But you do this." I said, "Yes." "And you do this." I said, "Yes."
So you
"Then
can do it.
you can do this."
Yeah, joking with your money, oh.
And that was how she just
Yeah, joking with your material.
Material.
but at the end of the day, it came out looking good, and I was and I felt pleased with myself for actually accomplishing this. This is what good network does to you. It makes the better you. It makes a better you. So when you find yourself down and out, when you find yourself discouraged about certain things, your good network ends up encouraging you. When things seem bleak, your good network ends up encouraging you. I know of a person who lost a friend, and for a whole week it was like he was almost in depression. And when I asked what exactly was the reason, he said, "This person, even when he was not in the country, if I'm in any form of trouble, if I talk to him, I know that I'll get a certain form of solace. It's either he's encouraging me or he's sending me help."
Wow.
Social
Good
network.
They were in the same trade. They were working in the same place, not exactly the same place, but they were working under the same organization and all that. But the friendship went beyond.
Just
Work. And when he needs help in work, he can still rely on this person. And so when he lost that person, he felt like he had lost a lot.
Everything.
So there are times that network gives you that kind of value. Network gives you that kind of backing. And that is what we are talking about on this set. We're talking about how you can get value from networking.
And also
You
give value.
and give value.
You know, when you're saying that, I just thought about, okay, so what about that person that has nothing to give? because somebody will be thinking. So that means, you know how that they say identify people that are ahead of you and make friends with them. I've always had it, my colleague Hassan Danjuma, how he always explain where during his school days he only identify intelligent students and these are the people that are his friends. Okay, you are not up to that stage. Oh. If they are also to identify like that, would they allow it to their circle? He always say he identifies such people, but it's very wise and important. He identifies such people, and then so this other person is just thinking, so me, I will not have friend. If you are going to look on that, add value, add value. I will always say embedded in everyone is greatness, and I will always advise when you find yourself in a place, don't be the gang leader. Don't be the one that has the most. It means sooner or later you will go down. Some people, that's what they want. Any clique that they are in, they want to be the emperor, they want to be the boss, they want to be the senior man. I mean, if that is your case, sooner or later, and that's why I always say when people applaud you, check who are the people applauding you, because some will applaud you till you go down. So identify people that are good with the trade that you are in, the skill you want to develop. Identify people that are good with that. If you think that, oh, that means some of us people will not associate with us, build skill, develop. Embedded in everyone is greatness. God did not create you to just come and exist and that's all. There is a purpose. There's something he put in you to give to the world. So if there's that thing in you, add value. Don't even remain stagnant. There's no end to learning. And that's why we always say, I pity people that find themselves in a place and they are like to themselves, I don't want problem, or I just want to be a one-man gang thing. Build relationships, strategic, positive relationship. It might be your help for tomorrow. You have no idea. And that is where people can see today. Somebody will build something from where I served, the state I served some years ago, and he will build it, and I sent it to his daughter who is in a location within the state. I mean, if he had not met with me, if he had not saved the contact, if we were not communicating, like that would have been a difficult, it would have cost him money. But relationship, like made that easy. He only sent it here and I sent it. I said, don't even worry about sending money to send it here. That's what relationship would do to you. If you have been stagnated, you've not been growing professionally, socially, or skillfully, ask yourself, who are the people I keep around me? Are they people that mean well for me, or people that just want, you know, there are people that disguise in the name of friendship, but they will always pull you down. When you are thinking of doing something, they'll tell you, forget it. You know how I always say motivation of those that did not go to school is to see people that went to school unemployed. So when you just think about how I would like to educate myself, I would like to go forward, grow forward, and they'll tell you, what will you do with school? What would you do with school? I mean, why would somebody tell you that? I mean, we are talking about education. We're not just talking about the money, but knowledge. Bible says that people perish for lack of knowledge. Like, you just want to go and widen your horizon. So I mean, connect with people that want to see the best of you, people that will push you out of your comfort zone. Somebody told me earlier on, I used to think that you can do certain things, but right, I think I know you need a push. Like, have people in your circle that will push you. People that want to see a bigger, better version of who you are. Network with such people. People that will challenge your skill, challenge your trade professionally, skillfully. Go for events, go for conferences that is in line with what you are practicing. Don't be an island. Don't say I've known it all because you studied one course for 4 years, 10 years ago, and that's what you are practicing in an evolving and dynamic world. No, network with the right person.
Yeah, and to add what you said earlier, you cannot say that you don't have anything to bring to the table. So we are all doing the same trade, but what Jemima is good at, I'm not great as in that. So, and what I'm good at, Joyce is not as good as I am in that position. So, in fact, a simple example is the four of us sitting down on this set. When Joyce is anchoring the show, it's a different ball game. When Solomon is anchoring, it's a different ball game. When Jemima is and when I am, it's all
giving
a
our
different
angles of contribution. Like, you'll
they
be
are
like,
all
wow, I've never seen it this way.
Exactly.
Like,
So you cannot say that you have nothing to bring to the table. That is why you need to invest in yourself and understand your person and know where you're good at and brush up and make it better. And for the places that you think that you are weak at, work at it to make yourself a better person. So that when you go out networking with people, you know that you have something to present.
It's very important.
Just put that into consideration.
That issue of strength that you talked about, you know, just identify where you are good at and then put more, because you can't do everything. That's just it. Because sometimes, you just stay, and I want people to get this. Don't think that you have to network with people at the same cadre. Yes, because you need to network with people that are higher than you. You need to network with people that you are in the same cadre, and also you need to network with people that even are lower than
So
you,
can hold their
because
hands to grow.
if you admit that, you are telling God that yes, you have an open heart to even learn from those that are under you. You are willing to learn from people that you are in the same gather again, and you are open again to learn from people that already have advanced. So, because all that God wants from you is that open heart. And you see, the all center of this communication that we are saying is don't be self-centered.
True.
Because some people build their network based on greediness.
Yes.
Okay, Joyce is good at this, Prudence is good at this, Jemima is good at this. So if I have them in my network, it solve all my problems. So always I'm coming. So always I'm coming to all of you simply because you will feed what I am supposed to do ordinarily. So you see, I'm being selfish, I'm being self-centered, to whatever I'm doing. This is not the kind of network that we are talking. When we say bringing to the table, we are not saying like bringing everything, but what particularly you are bringing at a particular
just be
time.
a word of encouragement.
Yes.
That
is
is it.
overwhelmed.
Like earlier I was saying, we talk more about money, but it's beyond that. Because you find out some people that today they were overwhelmed and they find themselves killing themselves in the name of suicide. You find out that even the people that they keep around them, they are not people that they can confine certain things, that they will talk to them and then they will have relief.
Yeah.
So are you positioning yourself that someone can find solace in you while confining something in you? Because some people, they come to you not because they complain to you, because they want you to give them money. No, he just need a word from you, because they know whatever that will come from you, they know is something solid that will open their mind from their present position and will help them to take a positive decision.
True.
So are you good at giving people advice? Are you good at encouraging people? Because that's why you find out some people will find
Nigerians will tell you the advice are good job.
Yes, some people say that, because I have one uncle that when you call his name for anything, they'll be like, if you go to this uncle, the highest he will give you is advice.
But sometimes the advice is better
No,
than millions.
but sometimes you have to know your position, because that person rose to a certain cadre in life. That there's a way people will look at
It's
you, that they are
expectation.
expecting certain, but always when you hear all people saying, okay, the highest that he will give you is advice, even the Bible said, somebody can just come and they say you pray for him and say it is well for you. I'm just paraphrasing. There's a I think it's Jesus that made that teaching, right? You can't just come and say pray for the person and say it is well. That means even the Bible is expecting more from you. If it's something that you can give the person food, or you can give money to encourage that person and still pray for him, it's still okay. But when they know you have that capacity, but you are neglecting the other capacity,
Giving advice.
you are giving advice because it will cost you nothing.
Or let's pray.
You understand? So in general, just know the area of your strength. Know at a particular time what you can offer. Don't just be selfish.
Yes.
It's not all about money, but it's good when we talk social media, people are cashing out. Take advantage and do the legit that is there. Connect with the right people.
Thank you so much. It was a lovely conversation. Suleiman Sambu, thank you. Joyce Jakada, thank you. Prudence, thank you.
You're
So when
welcome.
you think about networking, when that word comes to your mind, you think of growth. You think of building yourself and building others as well. You think of adding value. As you receive value, you give value as well, because that is what is expected of you. And even if you don't have the right network, it is okay, because you can go back and re-choose those network that would help you, that will pull you up. When you're going down, someone is there to tell you, hey, it's time to get up, it's okay. So it is important that you find the right network for you that will always work for you, and aim to see that you grow higher. Thank you for doing this with us. Until we come your way next week again with amazing discussions. Remain blessed and have a great weekend. Bye.